Hey you guys, welcome back to Lisa and Company. Today we are doing ReStore doors 3 ways. I have 3 doors that I paid $10 each for, and I am going to turn them into 3 great pieces of home decor. One of them is actually being upcycled because it used to be part of my old master bedroom. The other 2 are brand new doors I just picked up recently. Okay, well, not brand new, they're new to me, and I just picked them up recently, and I really hope you enjoy what we turn them into. Why don't we get started? If you enjoy great budget-friendly home decor, dollar store tutorials, and lots of DIY, make sure you click on that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We're starting out today with 3 very different doors from the Habitat for Humanity ReStore. Alrighty, so this door, initially, when I found it at the ReStore, there was only one, and I assume that's why it was pretty cheap. I think I only paid $10 for this one. And initially the idea was that I would cut this whole panel off the bottom, and it would become a wall hanging that I would just dry brush so I could pick up some of that absolutely gorgeous carved detail. And then I was going to take all of these, and there's a lot of them, and I have seen some great examples of where people have taken these spindles and just sort of dry brushed them or re-stained them or all kinds of great stuff and tied them together in little bundles and stuff, and they make great farmhouse home decor. So that was the initial idea, and it is not anymore. So what I'm going to be doing with this one, I am creating kind of a dupe with this. I am leaving the door intact because ultimately I was like, it's just too pretty to take apart. So hang tight for that one. You're gonna see that one in the kitchen. This one I showed you in my Room of the Month hallway makeover. I've had some amazing guesses as to what I was gonna do with this one. This one, you guys, is the quickest and the easiest one to get done. And this one, oh, I should tell you, this used to be part of my headboard in my old master bedroom. This one, which I saw at the ReStore, had no idea what I was going to do with it, but I was absolutely in love with those 5 panels. So this one is going to probably turn sideways for its makeover and get hung up. This one is staying in this hallway, and this one is headed for the kitchen. Time to get started. Using my chalked paint from Rust-Oleum, I'm going to go in here. Don't look at what I'm doing. I want to tell you the best way to paint a door. You want to do a door in sections. So do your indented areas, then do either your horizontal or your verticals, then do the front of the panel, and then do what's left of either the horizontal or the verticals. This way you're not going to be putting wet paint onto almost dry paint, which are going to leave you with some unattractive brush marks. And up next, we're going to add some great dry brushing in the Rust-Oleum white. I've just put a little bit on the lid, and I'm going to use that to do a real gentle dry brushing. Now, one of the things I wanted to tell you was I didn't go back and give this a second coat simply because, well, number one, the Rust-Oleum chalk paint does a great job on the first coat, and the little bit that needed more coverage didn't need more coverage because I was going to dry brush over it. We're actually going to add 2 colors in the dry brushing, the white and then one slightly darker gray, to give it lots of texture and dimension. You remember this little test pot of Restoration Hardware dark gray? Well, I'm still using it. This little, I think I paid $5 or $6 for it. It has been great all through my Christmas home decor and now on this door. So you can see adding that little bit of gray really creates that nice light and dark, highlight and low light. We are in the home stretch. I have two different kinds of letters we're going to be applying to this sign. First, I cut out of white vinyl on my Cricut, and that is Let's Stay. I think you know what the rest of the letters might say. I picked up these 4 home letters at Walmart for $1.97 each. These home letters are really great. They already come with what I would call a farmhouse distressed finished. So I am simply gluing these on with the brand new glue gun that finally arrived. And it's wonderful, by the way. And then this sign is done, done, done. I am loving this piece. The only trouble I have with it is we've already thought about 4 or 5 different places we could put this sign. My initial plan was to have this up in the front hallway, welcoming people home. And then I thought it would look great on our upstairs landing. And then I thought it would look great on the landing halfway up the stairs. You're picking up what I'm putting down here, right? Like, this is a really versatile sign. Alrighty, on to project number 2. I got these 2 baskets after much hunting at Dollarama here in Canada. I am going to take the liners out for this purpose, but I'm going to save them because I have a feeling, depending on the time of year or depending on what I want to put in them, these liners will work out really well sometimes. So the trick is not to lose them. These are going to get hung up on a couple of the cross railings, but first things first, I'm going to take these brackets I picked up at the dollar store downstairs and spray paint them black. These are really quick and easy to install. I'm just going to take my Sharpie pen and mark out exactly where these go. Thanks to that chicken wire that's actually on the basket, it sort of holds on to the brackets really nicely. So we're going to make those marks. And I have a great tip for you. I needed to spray paint the screws as well so that the brackets weren't black and the screws were silver. So I popped them into the top of a pizza box, yes, last night's dinner, and then I was able to spray paint them in place. You can use styrofoam, you can use cardboard or a pizza box in this case. Either way, this is the easy way to do it without getting paint everywhere, and make sure you get great coverage on the screws. These were quick and easy to install, and then we get to do the fun part. Stage them up and fill them with some beautiful home decor. I am kind of head over heels for the way this wood door looks against the side of our pantry. This is one of those spots in our home that I've tried so many different things and never quite found the right piece. I have to admit, when I found this door, it wasn't an original intention to use it here, but it landed here one day, and boy, am I happy that it did. I love the juxtaposition of these 2 colors, one against the other, and then lots of great little pieces of farmhouse decor against it. You'll recognize lots of these from previous DIY videos, and this little blessed plaque, that is straight from the Dollar Tree, and it's not too often that I use something directly from Dollar Tree. It sits just right on those brackets, and I can see all kinds of ways to use this throughout the seasons. And this project is going to be so fast. Okay, I want to give you my secrets for taping off. It's important to use good painter's tape. It's important to burnish the edges really well. But my secret is take a coat of your base color, which in this case is white, and paint all around the edges. What that does is any paint that gets underneath your tape is the color that you've already painted on. Once that's dry, you can go in with your black paint, and you shouldn't, I'm saying shouldn't, you shouldn't have any leakage. You're actually going to do the opposite of what you're always told when you tape off an edge. They say don't brush towards the tape. I am hoping to get some of this white paint under the edge. That way, any of the paint that bleeds under is the white. It seals up that edge and it does a beautiful job of stopping your top coat from getting through. Alrighty, pro tip here, and what the paint manufacturers don't want you to know. You do not have to buy chalkboard paint to create a chalkboard. I have an entire gallon of flat black paint, and that is all I use anytime. And I mean anytime I paint a chalkboard. I have an entire wall in my office that I did this with. The best thing you can do when you're putting this on is do several thin coats. I ended up doing 4 very thin coats while I created this chalkboard. I created this vinyl cutout on my Cricut. I really wanted it to look like typewriter letters. Here's where I went wrong, folks. I centered it without the period at the end. So for the record, you saw me with my tape measure there, and the word notes is perfectly centered in the middle of the panel. However, when I add the period, it doesn't look so centered anymore. So great planning didn't come out so well in hindsight. Meh. And now for some very satisfying tape removal, and we can see how well we did with my little tip about getting the white paint under the tape. It came out beautifully. I have a nice sharp edge with no bleeding. Thank goodness, because otherwise that pro tip wouldn't have been worth much, would it? Unfortunately, I couldn't put my hands on my chalk, so I haven't seasoned the chalkboard yet, and I was unable to leave Izzy a whole list of chores. But I envision this as a place where I can leave her all kinds of great messages and maybe a few chores too. We really hope you enjoyed this video and you'll give us a thumbs up. Why don't you tell us which is your favorite door down in the comments? Here's a couple more videos for you to look at, and don't forget to follow us over on social media on Instagram and Facebook, where you'll find all kinds of additional content. Thanks so much for stopping by, Lisa & Company. We'll see you next time.